What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, the Wiz. Today, I thought we'd do a little tour of my collectible room, my AKA man cave. In fact, I got some collectibles elsewhere in the house, so we might venture out of here just a little bit. But starting out in here, I try to break down some of the figures. Like you'll see, there's a little chaos here and there, but for the most part, I got some of my main displays kind of separated. So the first one is my Batman DTOF. This isn't all my Batmans, but this is the majority of them right here. We got Ben Affleck from the Snyderverse, the Batman. Thought it was real dope. I actually got him on top, man, because he's just got this menacing thing where he just looks like he just looks dope, man, looking down on you. Then I got the 1989 Batman, man. This is one of my first figures. In fact, really the centerpiece in my mind, even though it's not in the center of the collectibles room, but I got the 1989 Batman right next to Christopher Reeves because on top of them being my first figures, man, of course, these two characters and these two movies are what catapulted me into collecting comic books and got me into this geek world. So next we got Batman Returns. Like once I got obsessed with the 89 movie, got obsessed with Tim Burton. Batman Returns is definitely more of a Tim Burton movie, man, but I love the visuals. I love Batman Returns, man. I think it's a dope movie, and I absolutely love how they changed the costume without changing it too much. Like they updated it, but I think they gave us something real cool, more Art Deco. Absolutely love the figure. On my bottom shelf, we got two Batmans from the Dark Knight series, and we got the DX Joker figure. Now, one of these Batmans is a re-release. I did get the new release, man. The body was updated. I feel like some of the painting was updated. So this is one of them times that I did have to get, because usually they'll re-release and it's like, man, the old one's good enough. This one, I could tell the difference. The old one is still dope. Kept the old one. What I did was I just got the Christian Bale head sculpt, Bruce Wayne head sculpt on it. So I had the opportunity to display it just slightly different, man. So the next case, we kind of let it flow with the DC theme. So at the top, we got the Man of Steel, Superman from the Snyderverse. Real dope figure. I can see a little wear and tear around the knees in the costume, man. This is an example of one of them things when you have it posed a certain way for long periods of time, you can kind of see, I don't know if damage is the right word, but the warping of the costume. So we're almost getting there, man. He still looks good enough, man. We might be able to repose him to kind of hide some of that, man. But again, love this movie, love the costume, thought it was dope. Christopher Reeve, already talked about this being part of my childhood. Absolutely love this figure, man. This is one of my earlier figures, man. The display that it came with was a giant Superman logo. I actually got that box on display because it was super dope, man. Again, I wouldn't know at the time when I got this figure, I thought it looked exactly like him, and it does. It still looks exactly like him. But I can tell that Hot Toys and these toy companies, man, the technology that they're using to make these figures are getting better and better. I have a feeling if they re-release this one, man, it's going to look a lot better. So I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, man, Chris Reeve looking dope. Love it. Wonder Woman, man, she's actually amongst probably my top 10 figures, man. She's one of my favorite figures. I just like the detail of her costume. Looks wonderful on the screen, and I think the action figure just captures some of those details that I love. Of course, this figure has the real hair. I haven't had to touch it yet. Probably need to. I don't know anything about hairstyling. It's not my thing. As of now, it's cool. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And on the bottom shelf, we got Batman and Robin from the Batman Forever movie. Didn't have enough room for these Batmans over there. But again, it's flowing with the DC. I think it looks cool. Batman and Robin is not one of my favorite movies, but I do love the figure. I love I love the costume. I actually like Robin's costume. I thought was really dope, man. When they first released photos of that when they were advertising the movie. So anyway, it's a love-hate with it, man. I did get the figures. Looks dope on display. Okay, in my third DTOF, man, we got some Star Wars stuff going on. In fact, the next few DTOFs is nothing but Star Wars. Here we got some of my earlier figures, and this is Luke Skywalker in the Bespin outfit from Empire Strikes Back. This is one of those cool things I actually got on the aftermarket. It cost me a lot of money, man. I think it was like $800 that I bought the figure, and I'm telling you how much I love Empire Strikes Back. I thought it was $800 for one figure. When I got the box, it was a huge box. It ended up having two figures in there. It had the battle damaged Luke Skywalker as well as a regular one with the base. And you had this dude, it was super cool, man. Still very pricey. That wasn't the original price. Again, I got it on the aftermarket, so it cost me a little bit. But man, this is just Empire Strikes Back, yo. Had to have the figure. Anyway, also we got a Darth Vader. That's a sideshow Darth Vader. And it looks like it's Empire Strike Back, Return of the Jedi-ish. It doesn't have, of course, the original Star Wars, his little tunic, the cloth goes over the armor in the first Star Wars movie. This is under the armor, letting me know it's got to be either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, because I believe on the box it didn't say. I think it just advertised it as a Vader. Also in here, we got Yoda. Looks like he got some of the accessories that, again, was from Empire Strikes Back. Got his cane. Real dope figure, man. I try to keep all of those there. I got another Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian that's going to have me shake this thing up. Like, I was trying to keep it separated by movies, but we're running out of room down here, and I don't want to add any more detox, man. So might have to add a Luke or two in some areas where I don't want to. But anyway, with that being said, we got the Return of the Jedi shelf here, where we got Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. He got his cloak on from the beginning of the movie. We got a little table where I laid out his lightsaber. We got a Princess Leia hologram. We got R2-D2. Again, that R2 is specific from Return of the Jedi. He has a little tray and stuff, that the little serving tray that he had in that movie. We got C-3PO in there. Cool. Had enough room for the box, man. Again, that box is probably one of the things that's going to have to go so I can add some more figures in there as more come in. And of course, the last shelf, we've got Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi, I believe. Yeah, the second sequel movie. Dude, at this point, I was trying to grab every Luke Skywalker I could. I did miss the one from the end of Force Awakens, and I missed the one from the original Star Wars. So those are ones that I'm hoping they re-release. Again, both of those aftermarket is astronomical if you can even find them. But I got this bad boy, man. I thought it was real smooth, real dope. Wasn't my favorite Star Wars movie. That part wasn't, I'm torn. There was times when I saw it in the movie theater, I loved it. When I went back and thought about the fact that Luke Skywalker was never there in the battle, I was conflicted by that. But anyway, figure looks dope. Thought it was worth getting, man. Got a good price on it, so we got that. Here we got the DeLorean from Back to the Future. I got him in a fish tank for now, man. I couldn't afford a case that size at that time. So I went with a fish tank, man, put a glass on top. That's where he's sitting right now. I do have, 3 Back to the Future figures, man. I got a Doc Brown. I got a Marty McFly from the first movie, and I got a Marty McFly from the third movie. These boxes have not been opened. I literally forgot it until doing this interview. I forgot that I haven't opened these, man. I got a ton of boxes over there of stuff, 1/6 scale figures that I have to open. I think I did an interview earlier, mentioned it, and I didn't even mention these. So, hey, it's a good thing, man. We got some stuff that we can open up on the show. I've got a box, man. I actually got a DeLorean from Back to the Future 2 upstairs, still in the box that I need a place to display. So that's probably what I'm waiting for, to give me some more display room and a nice display case where I can open these bad boys up and have them displayed next to the DeLorean. All right, up here, just for room's sake, man, this ain't the final home. I do have the McFarlane Batmobile up here and the McFarlane Batman from the Flash movie. Just taking up some space for right now. This is kind of cool. I got the Doc Brown letter framed from Back to the Future, the one that he ripped up that Marty gave him. Replica, of course. But thought that was cool to display up here in front of this Back to the Future 1 poster. Okay, now we're back to the Star Wars stuff, man. The next 2 detops is Star Wars. At the top, I got the Kylo Ren figure from The Force Awakens. Second shelf, I got the Boba Fett. I think it's the Legends series, if I believe the name. I might have to check that. But this is the one from that's based off the books. This isn't a movie Boba Fett. It's a mismatch. But something real dope, man. The wifey got for me. Absolutely love this figure, man. I thought he came with some lightsabers or something, man. He might got some lightsabers in there somewhere where he supposedly had battled some Jedis. But in here also we have the Han Solo trapped in carbonite. Obviously, I love that. I have a life-size one upstairs, man, that I made, that I prop whizzed up. Third shelf, I have Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace, man. And this one is real cool because I actually got Ray Park's signature on the base of it. This is a sideshow piece versus Hot. Yep, it's a sideshow piece. Dude, I love the figures, man. It's sideshow. I don't know if all the figures like that, but the ones that I have, they're lighter. So upon holding them, your first thought is that it's cheap, but I love it because for some reason, for me, it's easier to pose, man. The figures are real dope. They look good to the eyesight. And yeah, man, Darth Maul is real simple figure, man, but absolutely love it. The last shelf, we got Finn from The Force Awakens. I got him posed rocking the lightsaber, man, for a hot moment, dude. I thought the black dude was going to be, the Jedi, the main character. They kind of did a switcheroo on me. And that ended up not happening, but I'm still displaying my Finn figure with the lightsaber. That's how I like to remember him. With that being said, Finn has a shelf all to his own. That's probably going to change. I'm probably going to combine this Kylo Ren with that figure. Basically, you know, when you get new figures, man, you got to start making room for stuff, man. So I'm already looking at Finn as, to be honest with you, one of my least favorite figures, man. So I'm already looking at where we can utilize that space a little bit better. Anyways, the last of my Star Wars shells, man, on the top, I got Obi-Wan and Anakin, again, from the last Star Wars Episode 3. Real dope figures, man. This is when the wifey, man, you're going to hear, yo, wifey been coming through, man. She hooked me up with that figure. The second shelf, we got the Mandalorian with the Beskar armor, the silver version. The third shelf, we got the brown armor from the first season 1. Absolutely love these figures. Of course, man, the way his costume is just lends itself for these kind of toys, because the real thing looks like a life-size action figure, so it's real easy to shrink it down, and it looks very, very accurate. So I love how these look. I got a Grogu with both of them. Real dope. All right, the last shelf here on the bottom, I got Wicket from Return of the Jedi. Real special thing to me, man. I kind of talked about it in another video, but basically when me and the wifey was dating way back in high school when I came in the military, she actually sent me a postcard with Wicket on it from Return of the Jedi, because she knew I liked Star Wars. And the crazy thing is, the postcard that she sent me was a vintage postcard. So the postcard she sent me was from the 80s. When she sent it to me, early 2000, late 90s. So real cool, man. So when I was able to get that figure, actually, she got the figure for me. Okay, and the last shelf on this row, plenty of shelves in here, but the last shelf on this wall is, it's a mismatch a little bit, man. We got Deadpool on the top. This is the re-release, man, so I was glad to get my hands. I was real upset that I missed the first one, but I'm glad I got this one. Figure is dope, man. Absolutely love that costume. To me, that's one of the most accurate comic book costumes out there. Second shelf, we got Zorro. I'm a huge Zorro fan, man. I used to watch the Mark of Zorro, the black and white version when I was a kid. Antonio Banderas hooked us up with a nice old school feeling Zorro. That first movie anyway, man. I can't rock with The Legend of Zorro. The second movie, I'll revisit it, man. I might be wrong. But the first movie, what this is based off of, man, I absolutely love. The second shelf, we got John Wick. Man, I'm not sure which John Wick movie that came from. Dude, I'm messing up on that one. I'm not sure which movie that's from, if that's from the first or second. It looks like it's from the first one, but it's a good chance it might be from the second one. Regardless, dope figure, man. Keanu Reeves' likeness is spot on here. We got a lot of accessories, including the pencil, which I think is one of the coolest accessories for an action figure to come with. Dude, just real dope, real detailed. And of course, last on this shelf, man, we got Neo from Matrix. So I guess we got a little theme on the second half with Keanu Reeves being in here twice. And of course, the Matrix figure is dope, man. I'm pretty sure it's something that's probably hard to find right now. I think it was sold out before it came out, man. So I was glad I was able to get my hands on that. Okay, along this wall of windows, I got a few things, man. I've got a couple of mannequins with costumes on it. So I got Darth Vader. I got this Batgirl costume that I actually made out of EVA foam. So that's some early Prop Wiz days stuff, man. The progression of my thing was basically buying toys and painting them and weathering them is where I started. Then I moved on to EVA, doing EVA foam costumes and stuff like that. And then of course I got the 3D printer, man. That's when it really started getting busy. Okay, along this window, the main thing is this little cube stand. The majority of this is to contain my NECA figures. All my 7-inch, 8-inch figures are down here. I got a couple of other brands mixed in there. I got some McFarlane Avatar figures. This is Avatar The Last Airbender. I got a couple of small statue-like figures from Weta and a couple of Conan figures by Super 7. But everything else here is mostly NECA on the bottom shelves and the cube parts. On top up here, we continue the same thing. I got a couple of Ninja Turtle NECA figures, 1/4 scale Ninja Turtle figures, and everything else is statues. Got my Superman, got a Bruce Lee up here. And also in there hidden is my Wonder Woman that I 3D printed. I still haven't found a home for the Batwing, so I got it sitting up here in front of everything as well. Behind the Batwing, I do have all my boxes, unopened boxes of 1/6 scale figures that I still got to get to. Also over here, I got my Wonder Woman costume that I did out of EVA foam. I'm sorry, the Batwing is in the way, so I can't get too close to it. but this is one of my first projects, all EVA foam, not completely EVA foam. I got some leather dashed in there, but the majority of this is EVA foam. I do plan on doing some of the pieces, redoing it using the 3D printer, but as of now, everything is EVA foam, and I'm gonna replace just some of it, probably just the shin guards for the boots. And some of the bracelets and stuff like that, I'll probably do 3D print. I think the EVA foam for the body parts works great. I do plan on doing a photo shoot with someone wearing this, so I'm trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And here we got this DVD stand, man, that was handcrafted in Japan. This is a custom joint. Always love this thing to death, but love it even more now that physical media is going out of sale. Like, there's stores that's no longer selling them. So it's like Blu-rays and DVDs are becoming collectible items, man. So it's cool to have this display. Over here, it seems like we got a little bit more of a consistent theme, except for on the top. On the top, we got a couple of a few Spawn figures. I got Spawn number 1 and Spawn number 2, very dear to my heart. Both of these are the actual comics that I bought off the stand when they first was released. So those hold a special place in my heart, man. Spawn was a real big deal back in the day. But anyways, inside the case, everything is Marvel. Starting with the top, we got Star-Lord, we got Rocket. These are 1/6 scale figures. Continuing with the Guardian of the Galaxy theme, man. On the second shelf, we got Groot. This is actually a life-size baby Groot. I might note that this is my very first life-size figure. Albeit it is very small, but still, it counts. 1/1 scale. Here, the second to last shelf, man, we got Spider-Man. This is the Tom Holland Spider-Man figures we got from the second movie and the first movie. Absolutely love the black on red from the second movie. So that's my main Spider-Man display. The other one, I just put the Tom Holland head sculpt on it, the Peter Parker head sculpt. Super dope. The last shelf, of course, we got Miles Morales, man. Awesome figure, man. Everybody, of course, you guys know by now that I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. I'm a hip hop artist. That Into the Spider-Verse movie, man, just embodies that hip hop, that vibe, that culture. So, of course, I love that. And that's the reason why I got him displayed. Instead of having him in his outright Spider-Man gear, I do got the Spider-Man outfit with the jeans, jacket, the hoodie, and of course the Jordans, man, that I think was iconic for that movie. That is one that I wish I had another figure, man. I wish I had bought 2 so I can display it straight up with the costume, but for right now, man, this is dope. Ooh, I should point out too that I did get Shamik Moore's autograph on that bad boy. I forgot, I think I did a review, man. So you can see a whole review on that figure where I got the signature and everything, man. So real dope. Okay, boom, here we got probably what's the centerpiece of my collection. Dude, I know I probably said that about several times, but this is actually almost the center, or at least the center of everybody's attention. Usually when people come down here, this is the first thing people see, and that's the 1989 Batmobile, the 1/6 scale Hot Toys accessory. Absolutely love this. On top of the Batmobile itself, man, this whole case, man, was made by the wifey. Her and one of her friends hooked it up, man. We got the Bat logo on the front, got the kid's signature on it. The perfect thing, man, because this thing used to be out in the elements, just laying out, getting dusty, man. So they built this for me, man, so we can protect it. Crazy because I got another Batmobile on pre-order, man, that I'll be getting sometime next year. So I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this one or find a place to display. It's just going to be hard to find a place to display, man. This is probably the largest vehicle that I have besides the Batwing. But we'll figure it out, man. But everything else is dope. And of course, this is the TV area, man. So that's probably why it's the center of everybody's attention. Everybody looks here first, man. So real dope. All right, boom. Over here, we got another DTOF. Basically got one on each side. This is another one where the theme is off, man. The top 2 shelves of Marvel. We got at the top, we got Doctor Strange from the first Doctor Strange movie. Super dope figure, man. Just the detail in this bad boy is awesome, man. I just did a top 5 list. This one didn't make it, but this is the one that I was kind of struggling with, yo. Always loved this figure. And I'm not saying it was my favorite movie, though Doctor Strange was up there. I really enjoyed Doctor Strange, actually. Second shelf, we got Daredevil. Daredevil did make my list almost for the same reason, man. Just the detail of the head sculpt, the costume, just a show that I love. And just seeing this, it just looks just perfect. Third shelf, we got Robocop from the first Robocop movie. This is a die-cast figure, man. Super dope. In fact, as I'm looking at it now, man, you can see the reds and purples kind of shining off of the armor. Absolutely love this figure, man. Bottom shelf, man, we got Peter Venkman from the Ghostbusters movie, from the first Ghostbusters movie. Obviously, I'm a Ghostbusters fan. If you haven't seen my Ghostbuster Proton Pack videos, please go check them out, man. It's some of my favorite videos. A little bit old school, so they're a little rough on the recording, man, but still worth watching, I think. That's it with the case, man. On top, we got a couple of statues. I got Deadpool, got Spider-Man, that Todd McFarlane style Spider-Man, and to go along with that, in the back, I do got Spider-Man #1 by Todd McFarlane. I do have the platinum version and the black version of that same comic book locked away, because this one definitely does have that yellowish, probably from from sun damage a little bit. But again, just like my Spawn comic book, man, that was my first copy. This is the copy that I actually bought off the newsstand. So I gotta keep it. Doesn't matter how damaged or how crazy it looks, man. Special place in my heart. Have no plans to sell it in any way. Keeping them up there in display. I also got Spider-Man number 583. This is the cover that got Obama on it. Very, very rare. Also somewhere in the box and wrapped up. I also got the one that had McCain. They had released 2 of those comic books. This is when they were going against each other for president. So there's also a cover with McCain. Got both of them. All politics aside, man, it's just historic. First black president. McCain was a war hero. So to have a Spider-Man comic book, one of my favorite characters with these 2 dudes on it, I just had to get it, man. And that's the one that I chose to have on display. Okay, here on this wall, we got a few more of the cube stands. Dude, the whole house probably have these cube stands, man. They're mad cheap. A lot of space, real easy to display stuff for. But just like the one over there, the actual cubes itself, the majority of those cubes contain 7, 8-inch figures. It's a mix of mostly NECA figures and McFarlane figures. I got a couple of Weta figures in there, and I got a few Funko Pops sprinkled over here. And movies, tons of movies, man. So all the rest of the cube cases in here, I think, have some kind of movies or a mix between Blu-rays and action figures or statues on there. That's the cubes itself. The top part, again, just like the other one, is used to display some of my bigger pieces. Over here, we got Iron Man inside of the Hulkbuster uniform, the armor. Dope, dope, dope piece. Very, very expensive piece. In fact, I believe that is the most expensive thing that I bought. Like even the new Batmobile didn't cost, because all the prices done went up. But even the new Batmobile didn't cost as much as this bad boy. I think he was about $800. Moving to this 1/4 scale Green Arrow statue that probably would have been astronomical in price, but this is something that I 3D printed. So real cool, man. Real proud of that piece, man. Love the way that came out. Also up here, we got this Jabba the Hutt, this 1/6 scale Jabba the Hutt figure. This is by Sideshow, I believe. Again, shout out to Carolina, my wifey, for hooking me up with this, man. This is like, dude, her gifts are like crazy, dude. The best gift giver in the world, man. And come on, man. Return of the Jedi from my childhood. Beautiful to get that. And the last thing up here is this little Batman area. Got a few of these little statues up there that I thought was cool. And I got a 1/4 scale Penguin, Batman, and Catwoman from Batman Returns. Well, Batman is actually from the 89 Batman. And of course, Penguin and Catwoman from Batman Returns. These are dope, man. Penguin's the only one I have open so far, man. Shout out to Reeves, man. My best friend Reeves was the one that copped that for me. And like a couple of the collectibles in here, man, Batman and Catwoman is still in the box because the Prop Wiz, man, I want to open those on the show. So I got them displayed here, but at some point they're going to be out of the box, man. It ain't no fun keeping the toys in the box, yo. Come on. Okay, over here is where I keep my Proton Pack, my primary, what I call my hero pack. I've got 3 of them in the house. I got one that I got from HasLab and 2 that I made. One upstairs still being worked on. I haven't put the electronics in it yet, but this one is this is my first one. Already finished, already weathered, electronics working. Absolutely love that bad boy. And then over here, I got this little area right here, all Star Wars stuff. I don't even know how this became the Star Wars table. This is actually a TV stand. I started sitting some stuff up there because I hung the TV up on the wall, and somehow it became a stand for my figures. So everything over here is Star Wars, man. We got the Millennium Falcon, the very first thing that I modified and upgrade. I bought this years ago. In fact, probably about 3 or 4 years before I even modified it. And it was completely plastic, real plasticky looking Millennium Falcon. No details on it. It was 30 inches, 29 to 30 inches long. Dude, looked up some stuff and figured, man, why not paint it myself? So this thing has been painted. It was missing some details on the side. Look, I'm going too deep. We'll do a show just on this thing in the future. Just to say this is my first piece, man. Still proud of it. Still sitting there. Real dope, man. Everything else up here is action figures still in the package. Got action figures on the second shelf out of the thing. We do got a snow speeder down there. Again, shout out to Carolina for hooking me up with that, and a few Funko Pops sprinkled in the mix as well. And of course, you look around the room, man, we got lightsabers on the wall. These are either Master Replica or Hasbro or Galaxy Edge. I think Galaxy Edge is still Hasbro, if I'm not mistaken, made by the same company, but yep. Several lightsabers, man. Okay, over here is the last stretch of DTOFs. I got, 4 more on this wall. Cool pieces over here. I gotta admit, it does get chaotic. There's no real theme over here. The ones over here is where I started running out of space over there. So This is going to be a mismatch, but we'll go through it. Starting with the top shelf, we got the Black Panther with his throne. Dope figure just to have this, just knowing that my boy passed away. It's cool to have this on the shelf. I will say I do prefer the Black Panther costume from the Civil War movie, and I do have that in the box over there, ready to be opened on the show. So I got to find a place to display that. I do have this D-top. This shelf is kind of compressed because I had to make room for Thanos. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit the other figure here, or I might have to figure it out. But anyway, that brings us to the second shelf, which is Thanos. We got Thanos rocking the gauntlet, got all the jewels. This is the outfit he had on at the end of the movie. Dude, iconic movie, man. One of the dopest comic book movies out there. So definitely glad to have that represent him. The third shelf, I've got Batman and Joker. I did do an episode reviewing both of those things, doing a box opening for both of them. So check that out if you want to know details. But Batman, the animated series, one of the greatest cartoons ever created. So of course I had to have that in my collection. On top of that, my Batman was signed by, or the base was signed by Kevin Conroy himself. So very, very glad to have that, man. Rest in peace to Kevin Conroy. The last shelf contains Spider-Man. Again, at some point, I'm probably going to put all my Spider-Mans together in one shelf. I got enough. I got Tobey Maguire Spider-Man coming here soon. He's on pre-order. I got one more payment and just waiting for it to come in for me to get that, man. So I think I'm going to have enough Spider-Mans to make a whole DTOF of that. So I'll probably switch out those Guardians of the Galaxy over there by the TV with Spider-Man figures and throw the Guardians over here, man. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime, we got the Amazing Spider-Man from both 1 and 2. In fact, just got my hands on the Amazing Spider-Man 2, man. Real happy to get that figure, man. That was one of the ones that got away on its first round. I got the second batch, man. Super happy with it. Okay, up here, up top, man, we got this Superman. I think it's called Man of Action. This is Clark Kent ripping off his shirt, man, turning into Superman. I believe, pretty sure I did an episode on that. In fact, yeah, one of my favorite episodes I did on that, man. Again, go back, check it out. While we up here on the top shelf, man, we might as well point out this Batman. This is Batman from the Arkham game. It's when he was battling Mr. Freeze. This is actually 3D printed. Proud of this one, man. This is one of my favorite 3D printed statues. I did do a cloth cape, man. Just went to Joann's, man, bought me some fabric and cut it up and glued it on there, man. But I think it looks real dope. Especially looks good up there, man. Very menacing. For the DTOF itself, man, again, we almost got all Marvel. We don't. First 3 shelves. The first shelf, we got Captain America, man. These are all the Captain Americas, including my very first action figure, which is Captain America from the first Avengers movie. Not the first Avengers movie, but the Captain America, the first Avenger movie. But I also got the Captain America from the first Avengers movie as well. And then, of course, I got the one from Endgame, which is my favorite. The only crazy thing about this display is that it's on full display, the differences between the figures, like how much better Hot Toys has gotten at making these figures. As you can see, the first Captain America is way shorter than this one. In fact, he's taller than both of them, but the first figure is just totally different, man. Where you can see they got the body type right, they got the costume right. You can just see how the technology progressed. Something I really didn't notice until I put that guy in there, and it's like, man, dude, they've come a long way. But still glad I have the figures, man. Super dope. But of course, the guy in the front, the most detailed, the painting is the best. Absolutely love that figure. The second shelf, this is one of those attempts where I started consolidating things. All these bad boys used to have their own little space in the DTOF. Had to shove them all together, man. And pretty soon, some of the Captain America, it's going to happen even more. But we got an Avenger thing going on in here. We got Iron Man. We got Black Widow. We got Thor. And of course, we got the Incredible Hulk, man. One of my favorite figures, yo. It just looked real crazy, especially the teeth, man. It just looks like just real, dude. But super dope. The third shelf, we got Ant-Man. Ant-Man is one of my favorite movies. I actually love all 3 of them. I understand why people don't like the third one, but dude, it's just, man, Ant-Man is just enjoyable, man. Paul Rudd himself, it's just an enjoyable movie. Something to sit back, laugh to. All of them are entertaining. This is Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I do prefer the costume for the first movie, but I missed that one. It just has more of a rustic, retro style to it. This one is a little bit more updated. Does the job. Glad I got it, but I do wish I had the one from the first movie. It's cool too because it comes with a little miniature Ant-Man as well. And then my last shelf, which is special to me, man, because my pops is a real big Star Trek fan. I got a lot of members of my family that are Star Trek fans of the original 60s show. I think it was 66, man, late 60s show. I got Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock down there. Also, I got one of the phasers and I got the communicator, man. Oh, and the chair. Captain Kirk's chair was a separate accessory that I was able to get my hands on. Okay, over here we got another cube case, man. The final cube case over here, cube stand. My favorite place to display these 7-8 inch figures. So you got a bunch of those in here from different brands. I ain't even gonna name them. Some of the brands I don't even know, man. I got a Justice League pack that I don't remember. It was DC Direct that released those. That was the New 52, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Wonder Woman, you name it. Then I got another shelf that's got a mix. It's got a couple of McFarlane figures, but all of it is DC. So it seemed like these two top shelves are DC. Then I got a bunch of Marvel characters down there, including Moon Knight, She-Hulk, the Falcon. That comes from Diamond Select, I think. So I got a Deadpool and a Falcon down there from that collection, which is dope. The only other figure I got down here on the cubes is Biggie is down there. Everything else is movies, man. Some of my collectible movies. Oh, I do got my boy Rick Grimes down there next to my collective Walking Dead case for season 3. That's the case with the aquarium and the heads floating in it, man. They actually got a case like that, yo. So that's pretty dope. On top is all Marvel stuff, except for this 1/10 scale of Thanos here. Everything up here is 1/1 scale, including Iron Man's helmet. We got Tony Stark's heart over there. A Captain America mask, man. I think I bought that. I can't remember where I got it. It's a cheaper mask, man, but I was able to weather it up, make it look a little bit better. I am looking to do a 3D printed version of that in the future. We got the Avengers case. This is the suitcase. This is that hold the Tesseract, and this is actually in real life, this is a DVD holder, man. I got most of the special edition Marvel Universe DVD Blu-ray sets. In fact, this is 1, 2. I believe I only got phase 1 and 2. I didn't see phase 3 or I didn't like it, but I did get the first 2 phases, which is dope. This right here is Thanos' glove. This is 3D printed, way rough on the edges, man. I've never displayed this or did a show on it because this is one of those things I think I can do a little bit better. I think I can do a lot better, but hey, I spent a lot of money on filament. I did print it out. So it's here. When I redo and do another one, I'll probably replace it. It's crazy because it's huge, but it's actually missing another layer. So this thing is actually supposed to be way bigger than this, man. But super dope. Of course, one of the coolest things in here is the Captain America shield. This is the actual metal version. My son, aka the geek son, man, he's got the same shield, but in the plastic version. It's crazy because at first, the plastic version actually looks more cinematic, cooler to me. But still, it's cool to have the metal one. It does look good. It's got that shine hanging up on the wall. And of course, there's posters everywhere. Okay, I'm in this last little corner, man. Hopefully the lighting is good enough. 2 final detoffs in here, man. Starting right from the top, dude, I got this Batman Beyond. This is also from the Arkham game. Completely 3D printed here. The first one, man, we got Ron Perlman, Hellboy. By the way, I'll be at the next Comic-Con. My plan is to get an autograph from Ron Perlman. He's going to be at the Comic-Con in Atlanta, February, man. If y'all out there, man, come check me out. In here also, we got his gun, man, his giant revolver in there that I 3D printed. So we got a mix of stuff going on in there. Second shelf, we got Freddy Krueger. I did do an episode on him and the gloves. So I got Freddy Krueger displayed with his gloves in that detoff. Super dope. We got a Batman. This is one of the special edition Batmans from the Arkham games. This is a shinier figure with the gold. I would have preferred the regular version. This is the only one that was like, man, I had missed the other one and didn't want to miss out on this one. Absolutely love the head sculpt. Very realistic looking. Super dope with the project, man. The only sad thing is he's so separated, as well as my Batman animated series is separated from the rest of the Batmans. At some point, I might think about getting all these guys closer together. Anyways, the last row probably contains the illest villain in the game, man, and that's Walter White from Breaking Bad. He almost stands out from most of my collection. He's not in any action movies. He's not got nothing to do with comic books and superheroes, man, but Walter White, dude, he was too ill, man. When I saw that figure, it was like, yo, I need him in my collection. Finally, the last shelf, man, we got a Freddy Krueger mask on top. We got the NECA glove up there, and the first detoff, the first shelf, we got Indiana Jones. This figure is from Present Toys, so they do this. It's an off-brand, so I guess they can't say Indiana Jones. The name of this figure is just Jones. But anyway, I think it's awesome, man. The head sculpt is dope. I love the hat. Love the accessories. Overall, I think it's a good figure. So glad to have him in this collection. The second shelf, we got Ace Ventura. Again, just like Walter White, man, I think Ace Ventura kind of stands out a little bit, but Man, it's part of the childhood, man. Ace Ventura, yo, Jim Carrey. And I imagine the Jim Carrey figure's got to be something that's rare. I did see a mask figure probably by the same company. It was an off-brand company as well that I wish I had got. But Ace Ventura was dope. It wasn't terribly expensive. So I went ahead and copped it, man. That was one of them things I had on pre-order for a year or two. So I was glad to get them and have them part of the collection. The third shelf, we got the Crow, Brandon Lee, as represented in the movie Crow. I did a review, so I won't go too deep in that. I did do a review on him. Also got James O'Barr's signature on the base, man. He did it. He actually gave me the signature for free. That dude was a real nice guy, man. You talking about somebody giving back to the fans. Real cool cat. And the last shelf down here consists of the Power Rangers. I got all of the Power Rangers plus the White Ranger and the Green Ranger. Now, I was at that age where I was old enough just to phase out of the Power Rangers. Like, I might have been just a little too old for it, except for the fact that I was in Japan years and years earlier when the actual Japanese version was on TV. So really, I was a fan of the original Japanese version. I watched the American version just to catch that nostalgia even then. Yo, so having these figures, and these figures, they got that skinny frame, because if you don't know, most of the time the American actors weren't in the Power Rangers costume. It was usually clips from the original Japanese one. When you did see the American actors in the costume, they were more built, bigger, stockier. You could just tell the difference, man. So these figures look like they represent those Japanese clips, as they have that slender look to them, man. So glad I got them part of the collection, man. Especially my boy, the Green Ranger, White Ranger, man. Of course, the actor passed away, man, and so it's cool to have that to kind of commemorate his memory as well. Okay, almost missed the shelf, man. We got one more shelf over here, one of these cube shelves. Again, super repetitive because I'm simple. It's all 6, 7, 8-inch figures. Some accessories, man. We do got a Batmobile from the '66 Batman with the Adam West Batman. Christopher Reeves Superman. I believe that's a NECA figure. Yeah, I believe that's a NECA figure. It's weird because I don't even remember NECA making one, but it looks like a NECA figure. I'm pretty sure that's NECA. I got a shelf that got Popeye. This is real mixed, man. I guess just the kids' cartoons that I watch, man. We got Popeye holding the spinach. He-Man down there, Thundercats, and then I got another random shelf that got Biggie and Beetlejuice and Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse, Peter Parker. Here on top, man, we got this X-Wing fighter that I 3D printed, and some of my lightsabers, the ones that don't have the blades. So the ones that I got hung up on the walls already have the blades in it. These are just the hilts. All of these are bought, except for Qui-Gon's lightsaber that I 3D printed this one. Anyways, for the most part, that's it for the basement. I might share my reading room. You know what? We'll do a little montage, man, and go through the rest of the house. I don't think I'm gonna do the full tour, but we'll show you a couple of things, because I got some real cool stuff in the rest of the house as well. Go ahead, start the montage now.
Whack cats wanna bounce, stop rapping to do it. Hip hop's mind, bloodline, blood fluid is flowing through it. Basic mathematics, either you're subtracting or adding to it. You sad as mumbling rap, auto-tune to some trap music that's useless as mucus is. Try rapping through it, take tablets of acid, your ass is absolutely stupid. The cash 22 is you can buy the Buick or the Lambo, but Wiz, he look good in the Ford Fusion. I'm broke and being dope alone doesn't pay bills, but real sad, keep grinding, cause maybe one day it will, so I pray that it will. Knowing it takes some skills, I got the skill part down packed, got the passion that's real. I feel gifted with spitting infinite lyrics, lifting the spirits of critics, resisting the kids who listen to distant fam. This is the chance to get it.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little tour. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I know this video is going to be longer than usual. I apologize. Here in the near future, I'll probably release a video with just music and shots of some of the figures, man. So stay tuned for that if you want a shorter version of this. But besides that, I want to thank you guys for following me, man. I reached 1,000 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a big deal for me. You guys were real helpful, monumental. Couldn't have did it without you, obviously. So I want to thank all you guys for following me. With that being said, please leave me some comments. What do you think about my collector's room? What am I missing? Also, it's the end of the year, so let me know what you guys want for the future, man. Are there some videos I can do? Things I can make the Prop Wiz a little better? I'm all ears. Let me know what's up. And along the lines of liking something, man, if you like this video, please take the time to hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. As always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right?
Forever repenting, it's not true. Got you bending over for minutes of fame in this clinic for cynics. No end to what's still pinning. What you hope would happen? I grow too old for rapping. That's a no-go for you whack niggas who's acting.